Try not to. All right, we got the little time wasters out of the way so that people are actually watching now. So we got the Around the Hobby Cooler Than a Polar Bear's Toenail edition. We've got back with us again Ben from Midwest Box Breaks, Chris from Buck City Breaks, and join us from the first time, our buddy John, obviously a Jets fan if you couldn't tell. And hey, it's T Murph.
It's me.
It's Team Murph. So, this is how we do our show. It's more of a talk show, kind of like a quiz show, like Around the Horn from ESPN. Ask a bunch of questions. You get a timer. You go over your time limit. You get muted. But the first question is always untimed. It's who you are. What do you do? Did you run a business? Or are you just a collector? What do you like to collect? Just tell us about yourself. Just, I wrote down people in order. Ben, you were up first. Go ahead and tell us about yourself. Why are you here tonight, Ben?
Hey, so I'm Ben Smith. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. In about 3 or 4 weeks, I'll be a full-time breaker, but I've always been a card collector since, thank you, I don't know, third, fourth grade. Got out for a little bit, came back in a few years ago, and Yankees, Niners, Notre Dame stuff, a little bit of Lakers, huge Mattingly fan, Montana, Rice, stuff like that. I'm more of an old school guy. I get more excited about vintage stuff and things like that than a little bit of 90s Yankees. I love cards. I'm just as pumped about the community and the people in it and the friendships and the relationships and stuff. So that gets me more excited than any hit you could pull. So that's pretty much it.
Absolutely. And Chris, it looks like you've got a Reds homage shirt on there, an NBA Jam one. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, buddy. Is that Votto and Suarez?
MLB Slam.
Go ahead and tell us who you are, who you collect, what you do. What's your story?
My name is Chris. I am an online breaker. I started a breaking business with my lifelong best friend back in 2017. And yeah, I open cards for other people, and I love this hobby. I love collecting. I always have, and I always will. OH.
I'm an Irish guy, so I'm not gonna finish that off. I'm
done here. I'll see you guys later.
All right. It was educational. He lasted a whole 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So, John, I got you written down next. I see you're a Jets fan according to your hat. So tell us about yourself. What do you do? What do you collect? What do you like to collect? Go ahead, John.
Hi, my name is John. I'm 17. I'm from Marcy, New York. I collect the Jets. More present than past. I'm a big Denzel Mims fan. I think there's a lot of potential. That's right, Chris. You know what's up. I'm also a big Yankee fan. So I know Ben is too. So we share that common. I'm really here for the community. A ton of people that are great. Been following Buck City forever. Midwest, great. Gold Line, I love you, man. You're great too. Murph, I see you all the time on Twitter. So you guys help a lot. It's good to be here.
Yeah, just like every one of you guys said, for us, it's more about the people than the actual cards. Tyler, why don't you go ahead and tell us about yourself? What do you collect? What do you like to do? What's your hobby story?
Yeah, I'm Tyler. Hey, it's T Murph on Twitter. I'm just a collector. I'm just a guy that likes to develop relationships with people, and that's what I do. By the way, doesn't John make us all feel really old? Like 17 years old.
But he's more mature than all of us.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Collect Braves, 49ers. Andrew Jones is the one guy that I focus on more than anything, and that's it, right? I don't really like to talk about myself, so I'm done.
Perfect. The humble man, the guy here's got a better beard than me. So, all right. So, in these rounds, we're going to go 30 to 40 seconds each. I'll give you like a little 5, 4, 3 when you're running out. Then it's mute time. We'll go ahead and start with Ben on this first one. What is one card from your collection that you have sold that you have always regretted you wish you still had? You got 30 seconds. Go.
Okay, so when I was into cards, I didn't have a whole lot of basketball. My cousin, Andy, had some basketball. He had what would turn out to be a second-year Jordan. He gave it to me, and I took it to school, and I sold it for $1. $1. But I mean, that was a long time ago. Basketball hadn't really taken off yet, and most recently, I had a PSA 8 Jordan, and I got rid of it about a year ago. So you can imagine I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Awesome. Chris, you're up. What's one card that you sold from your collection, or maybe you gave away that you regret, you wish you still had?
It was my first big night of collecting. I was 18 years old. I maxed out my very first credit card. I don't advise anybody to do that. Please don't do that. John, don't do that. But maxed out my first credit card. My buddy's dad owned a card shop, and he brought all of his inventory to my apartment. And he was like the old carbon copy, like credit card machines. And it was 2006 Triple Threads football. And I pulled the card on the box. On the front cover, it was 2 out of 3. And it was Favre, Elway, Marino. Obviously, I'm a big Dolphin. Not obviously, I'm not wearing Dolphins stuff, but I'm a huge Dolphins fan. And I sold that card back then, and that hurts me to the core of my being right now. So that's a big one for me.
Wow. I'm kind of hurt a little bit too.
Yeah, Elway sucks, but like Marino was there, man. So like, I'm just kidding, Chris.
All right, John, man, I don't know how much you buy or sell or what your story is, but what's one card that you wish you still had?
I actually hit this from Buck City. I pulled Fernando Tatis Jr. rookie auto on Triple Threads at 25. I sold it for, I think, $120, and I'm sick to my stomach.
All right, Tyler, what's one card you wish that you still had?
All right, quick story. I lived in Connecticut for 6 months. I couldn't take the north, so I had to come back down south. And I helped out at a card shop. Basically, we would make sure that nobody was stealing cards, and the guy would pay us at the end of the night in packs. So I chose Pokemon. My brother chose football. So I hit a first edition Charizard, and I think you know where this is going. I sold it for $70 and a Pat Burrell autograph rookie card. So yeah, right now, up until this year, I didn't regret it, and now I do. So,
Man, I made a lot of Patrick Mahomes for Drew Lock trades back before Mahomes became huge, just because I'm a Broncos guy. But you know what? Those cards are in a Kansas City Chiefs collection, a fan's collection. But still, like that's still like all these Mahomes that were, it kills me. All right. Well, with MLB season's just started. Chris, we saw you guys opening day. It was really awesome. What is your favorite storyline or player or moment of the season this far? Well, we'll go ahead and start with you, Chris.
Oh gosh, baseball wise, man. I follow the Reds, and that's it. I think the Reds starting out as hot as they did after suffering what they did opening day while we were there, Chris, will be a big thing, man. Joey Votto put a ball in the bay yesterday. That was pretty sweet. But these aren't storylines, right? They're the Reds, so nobody's really talking about it. I don't know, man. I'm not a the Reds starting out hot for once in the past 5 years. It's a big
that's awesome. I really hope, Tyler, you're up next. I really, really hope you're going to talk about the one that I hope you talk about right now. What's your favorite moment of the season so far?
Oh man, so the biggest storyline for me of the season is Ronald Acuna Jr. versus Juan Soto. Who was better? The answer is obviously Ronald Acuna Jr. Old Town Cards is obviously wrong, as he is wont to do a lot when it comes to Nationals and Juan Soto talk. That's it though. That's gonna be my thing. I thought, how lucky are we would get to witness those two young great players for the next 15 years. It's amazing.
Yeah, and we can't even see Tatis play right now either. So
right.
Ben, with your Yankees hat on, what are you going to tell us? What's your favorite?
Well, I'd say as far as moment, the Trey Mancini story, coming back from cancer and then hitting a home run, it kind of reminded me of Piscotty when he came back and some of the emotion there. I do root for those kind of people, especially guys that are coming back. Honestly, I think just the fact that, it looks like we're going to get a full season in. We started on time, and like Murph said, kind of the young, exciting players and just that back and forth all the time of who's better. I'll go on record and say I hate the runner on second. I hate it. I absolutely despise it. Yankees got burnt a couple nights ago by that. There were other reasons for it too, but I'm an old school guy, and I say if the game takes 6 hours, who cares? I'm there to enjoy a game and drink a little bit too. So that's the one thing. Again, just following the whole storyline and giving everybody a full chance, and for baseball fans, just to have a full season. So I'm pretty excited. We've started out hot and popular, and I hope eventually, by the time we're done, all the stadiums are open up. I got plans to hit a few ballparks this year. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a tweet earlier that was like, "Hey, if it's like the 14th inning, then stick someone on second base, but not in the 10th." So,
Yep.
John, you're a New York guy. Tell us what's your favorite storyline so far of Major League season.
I'm actually gonna go with White Sox rookie Herman Mercedes. Going in for 8 as a rookie, 28 years old, is pretty hard to do. I mean, I think he just recorded his first out. I think was it yesterday. I mean, stuff like that's hard to do. I'm pretty sure he's the first in MLB history to go 8 for 8 as a rookie. I'm not too sure, but that stuff's crazy. And I'm gonna go with Ben on this one. The second run on second rule is terrible. It's gonna kill. I think it's gonna kill the game. It's just not the way you play baseball.
And this is where you guys know I'm not a baseball fan. Like I enjoy it. Sorry, I'm not a baseball fan, but like I'm not like a purist, I guess.
I planned on not jumping in at all tonight, but this is the one question I'm going to, because Tyler didn't say what I hoped he did, and I got to talk about Chris and opening day. When we got to meet them, he knows my daughter is a huge Jesse Winker fan, and they had seats in the front row in left field. He invited Claire and I down. He even got her a little Rosie Red doll, and she got to see Jesse Winker and talk to him and yell at him and tell her, I love you and all that stuff. And she's still talking about it. So I can't thank you enough.
That's so awesome, man. So awesome.
And Tyler, I really wanted you to talk about that Phillies fan who caught the Freddie Freeman home run and went and gave it to a guy with a Freddie Freeman jersey on. And then Freddie and Bryce Harper come meet the fan the next day and give him an auto ball. I mean, that's not like a game story. That's a feel-good moment. So, the Cunha Soto, that's perfect, but like that's really what caught me that I wanted to just mention. So that's awesome there. But go move on to the next question. We're gonna start with John since he's got his football hat on. Who is your team and who are they drafting?
Oh boy. Well, I'm a Jets fan, if you couldn't tell. You might be blind if not, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to go Justin Fields or Zach Wilson. I mean, I hope that San Fran screws up and picks Mac Jones. That'd be great. But I think they're going Zach Wilson here. I think he's got some tools. So I think that's who they're going to select. Douglas loves him. So I think Zach Wilson's the pick at 2.
All right, Tyler, I thought you said you're a 49ers fan. Are they taking Mac?
I'm a 49ers fan. There is absolutely zero chance they take Mac Jones. Less than zero chance. Mac Jones is Jimmy G in college. Now, I don't get passionate about football. I'm like Chris is with baseball. I'm not really that much of a football guy. I'll talk junk, but that's about it. My guy at 3 is Justin Fields. And if we for some reason draft Kyle Pitts at 3, my guy in the 3rd round is Ian Book. I'm trying to read the room. I'm just reading the room. No, we absolutely have to grab Justin Fields at 3. He is, besides Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Pitts, he is the most can't-miss prospect in the draft. I've followed him since before Georgia. He's the guy. Right, Chris?
100%, man. I will rip down this Dwayne Haskins fathead and put Fields right there.
I mean, Justin Fields was the consensus number 2 overall pick until a month ago. Then it was Zach Wilson. Then it was, hey, maybe Trey Lance. Then all of a sudden, did you know that Mac Jones' name is McCorkle?
Yeah.
Stop it.
He belongs on the Patriots, right? Like a guy named McCorkle. You just belong in New England. So go have fun in New England. Ben, who's your squad and who are they drafted?
All right, I'm also Niners, and all the mock draft stuff I've seen says Mac Jones. I trust Shanahan and Lynch. I wasn't ready to give up on Garoppolo completely, but I don't know, man. I don't get too excited about the draft until it's over and we kind of see where we're at, and it's those other pieces that you plug in that make the difference. And raise your hand if you've ever been burnt by a quarterback that you thought was going to be the next big deal. But I would also take Fields instead. But
Paxton Lynch.
yeah, I mean,
Darnold.
yeah, you can name 100 of them. But again, I thought maybe Garoppolo one more year, but who knows? Maybe there's other deals to be made. But yeah, I'm pessimistic about the season, but I'm also hopeful. I think if everybody's healthy, they have a decent shot. But yeah, they traded up that number 3 pick for a reason, so there's method to their madness, I guess.
I'm sorry to laugh. There's the comment that asked if BCB was getting fumigated. Chris, you look foggy over there. So
I don't get it, man. I'm gonna go this way with it.
all right. So who's your squad? You said you're Miami. Are we taking Smith? We taking Waddell? You taking a quarterback and trading Tua? What's happening down there?
Stop it. First off, I just want to piggyback off of the other answers. And Chris, feel free to use that timeout button or whatever, the mute button, whenever you want to. But
You said whatever, dude.
Okay, well, after my time. That timer. So I have a phenomenal Jimmy Garoppolo rookie card collection. I started about a month ago. I'll have to send you guys pictures of these. I have a pristine black label 10 rookie. A lot of cool stuff, man. Because I think he's going to go back to the Patriots. I think the Dolphins. Chris Greer, the GM, phenomenal, man. I love him to death. I love the coach, Brian Flores, and they're doing big things. I think, well, if the Bengals pass on Sewell, I really want them to take Sewell. I don't know if they will. I think the Dolphins could land Kyle Pitts at 6 or Jamar Chase. And Najee Harris with the 18th pick.
He just caught that in. I'm really kind of hoping the Broncos pick him up too. That's a good solid pick there. But now we're going to move on to the buy, sell section. So you're buying it or you're selling it. We're just going to go in order each time. We're going to go Ben, Chris, John, and Tyler. 10 seconds to answer. Ben, are you buying or selling? LaMelo Prism PSA will be worth more than a Zion Prism PSA in 5 years.
Sell.
You don't even need 10 seconds. Perfect. Chris.
Sell. The person who thinks that LaMelo prisms are going to go for more than Zion's in 5 years are the same people that thought Chris Paul back in 2005 would be more than LeBron at that point. They're great players, right? Passers, dishers of the rock, but.
John.
Sell. And if you watch basketball, I don't need to explain myself.
Tyler.
It's an easy sell for me. Zion's going to be the guy when LeBron is done.
I agree. I just can't believe the LaMelo prices right now. All right, Ben, you buying or selling? Someone will win the MLB Triple Crown. I mean, JD Martinez he's got a chance, right? I mean, it's only a week in, but you buying or selling? Someone's going to win.
I'll say sell. It's just it's tougher to do with this age of baseball. I just don't see it. That's my logic, I guess. Chris,
you buying or selling on the Triple Crown?
Look, I like to spend money, so I'm going to buy. I'm not biased at all, but Nicholas Castellanos this year, book it. It's going to happen. He's coming back.
John.
Sell.
Tyler.
I'm selling, but I'm buying Ronald Acuna Jr. 40-40 season, and I'm buying 2 more Castellanos fights before the end of the season.
Flip, baby.
All right, Ben, are you buying or selling? I looked up Kyler Murray and Josh Allen prices, and they are not close to each other. Are you buying or selling? Kyler Murray will take a Josh Allen type leap in 2021.
If they start out hot, win their first, 4 games, which I hope they don't, but division rivals, I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Chris, you buying or selling Kyler?
Buy it, man. I'm buying. He has Nuke. He has AJ Green now. Larry might come back. JJ Watt. The team's getting better, man. I'm buying it.
You just gained 5 points on my point sheet with that answer. So there you go. You just took the lead from Tyler. So John, you buying or selling Kyler?
buying, you got DeAndre Hopkins, you got AJ Green. I mean, Kingsbury's going to do some magic over there, so we'll see, but I think so. I'm going to buy.
All right, T. Murph, you buying or selling on Kyler?
I'm surprised nobody has mentioned James Conner. Man, the guy runs right into the offensive line. I am buying Kyler Murray. He's the most electrifying athlete in the NFL. Buying.
But didn't you just sell a Kyler Murray?
I sure did for a lot of money.
That's right, because you got a lot of money.
And I got a lot of kids too. So.
And you got another one on the way, right?
1 month. Yeah, let's go.
Awesome, man. Perfect.
Let's go.
Right. Buy or sell. Select is better than Prism. Ben.
I was on the fence, but especially with this year's Select, I'm buying Select, and I think people are starting to catch on too. So, and I've seen some lazy Prism cards here recently, so let's go buy.
Chris, you buying or selling on Select?
I buy it in football and I sell it in basketball, man. I think back in 2018 when they did Select and they started bringing the laser parallel, it's the ultimate parallel product. 100% buy for football, sell on basketball. Prism still king in basketball.
John, you buying or selling on Select?
Buying. It's a great product. I can't afford it, but I see breaks all the time. It's fantastic. It's good stuff.
All right, Tyler, buying or selling on Select?
I'm buying Select, but Brad on Twitter, Brad loves RNG, made a good comparison. So Select football this year looks like 16-17 basketball, I believe it is. Jason Tatum's rookie year, 17-18 basketball. If you compare the two base cards, they're essentially the same. Still buying Select, though. Select is about to take off like crazy.
We got different people in the comments. CeeLo's Prisms of Love. Amber says Select. T-Bone, our boy Tom Willis.
Be a fan in here.
All right. Last one. You buying or selling? Pineapple on pizza. Ben.
Pizza is like the hobby. Do whatever makes you happy. Do it your way, however you want it, when you want it. Do whatever you want with it. If you're happy, I'm happy. Personally, no. But I buy your happiness and your engagement of pizza.
Yeah, there's a Simpsons episode where Bart Simpson was like, do what you feel, and it didn't end up so good. But Chris, you buying or selling? I mean, yeah, I'm buying Donato's pineapple. That's it, just Donato's. Everything else selling. What are you buying or selling?
Okay, first off, Ben's answer was way better than mine's going to be. Yes, I buy pineapple on pizza. You either do ham, pineapple, some almond slices, or throw some barbecue sauce on there, pineapple and jalapeno. I promise you, it's great.
Sounds awesome. John, Mr. New York Pizza up there. You got some pineapple on it?
No, I'm from New York, and that's not how you make pizza. And, if you like pizza, you can block me on Twitter at GrushyJohn because I will not deal with that.
I love that.
Tyler, pineapple belong on pizza, buying or selling?
Pineapple doesn't belong anywhere near pizza. Pineapple belongs in a salad and as a fruit, as a side for pretentious people. Leave pizza alone, people. Leave pizza alone. Like, we can't have but so many nice things. Let pizza be pizza. Pepperoni, cheese, sausage, no vegetables, no fruits. Come on, guys. Like,
pineapple belongs on the side of your drink in the summertime while you're sitting around a pool in a tropical island.
That's it.
Tomatoes are a fruit. There's fruit on every pizza ever made. Tomato sauce, tomatoes, fruit the pizza. Go for it.
Fruit.
All right.
Sorry.
The questions come up about super collectors. What does it take to become a super collector? Are you a super collector? Is it maybe a team, a certain player? Is it the amount of cards? Is it the value of cards? Is there a certain criteria for super collector? Should I put a cape on and start showing Nick Senzel cards because I'm a super collector?
Go Red Legs.
Chris, you're up.
I think it's super collectors. I go with the player. If you're a team super collector, like you have to have thousands and thousands and thousands of cards of that team. I would say players, super collectors. I'm a super collector of this guy. Sure, go for it. I think you have to have minimum 300 cards is my number for super collectors. I love super collectors though. I don't think I qualify as a super collector, but I love super collectors. They're awesome.
And to add to this, do any of you guys use the trading card database to log your cards?
I don't.
I do.
I
John's the
really
best,
tried
man.
with Claire's Winker cards. That's why I can say she's the world's largest Winker collector. And then I was like, this took me like 6 hours. No, like it's just too tedious. Ben, what do you think? What does it take to become a super collector?
I like Chris's 300 number, but I'll say you need to be over the top and the type of person that gets tagged when somebody sees something, the first name they think of. I've got a huge Mattingly collection. I'll say the difference is I want to see some weird stuff. I want to see matchbooks from a restaurant they ran. I want to see stuff from college, high school, weird stuff, not just cards. I want to see over the top and something where if you send somebody a picture or video, they're just damn, and their jaw drops. So over the top, one player, just anything you can get your hands on that's got their name, likeness on it, anything.
So you need a like a Don Mattingly sock for like a game use sock, right?
There's some weird stuff here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tyler, I can see those awesome pictures on your wall back there. Are you a super collector, or what do you collect, or what's it take?
I really thought somebody was going to do this. We are all, sorry, I've been battling a cold all week. We are all super collectors. I'm just kidding. Super collector. I mean, 300 cards. Right. Come on. I just love hanging fruit. I had to.
You're super, man.
Oh, thank you. Let's continue this. Okay, Ben, your turn, and then John, and then Chris. Everybody, you're super Tyler. No, I think that I don't consider myself a super collector. I really think that my Andrew Jones collection is pretty huge and really awesome. And the great thing about it is that I've bought less than 25% of my Andrew Jones collection, and the rest has just been gifts to me. And I think that's more super than anything else.
I completely agree. Man, I can't tell you like the Cooper Cup collection I have for my son, like 90% of it's gifted to me, or like Claire's Jesse Winker besides her rainbow, 90%'s been gifted to her. And that's a great point to make is just like Ben said, if somebody's tagging you and stuff, like people tag me like Cody Bellinger stuff. I am not a Cody Bellinger super collector. It's just a non-red PC of mine. But, Yasiel Puig for my wife or Votto and, Winker and Cooper Cup. But it's just, you bring up some good points when people start tagging you and stuff, or when you have some weird things, it's awesome. What do you think, John?
I mean, to be a super collector, you gotta be passionate. You gotta love the player. I'm a huge memes collector. I buy a lot of memes. I get a lot of cards from people. I get tagged a ton. My whole feed is just memes. No P Ryan. Thank God, no James Morgan, because I burn those cards. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be passionate about the player. You gotta love them, and I think that's what a super collector is.
Awesome. Great answers, which kind of leads us into the next question is, of the current players over all sports that are under the radar, maybe borderline, sneaky Hall of Fame selections, who do you got that might sneak into the Hall of Fame? We'll start with Ben.
This will probably be my worst question because on the Hall of Fame stuff, I struggle with it because there's so much controversy, and I think there's so many guys that there's no way I'm voting him in. You go back to the steroid era, some of the guys they won't let in, even going back to Pete Rose, who I think should be in. There's some questionable calls, and honestly, I think this is going to be a way to avoid answering the question. But I think you'll see some of these old-timey writers, die off or leave or whatever. I think you'll see some newer, fresher minds in the media start getting some of these other guys in, and the criteria may change a little bit because they're too old school, if that makes any sense.
All right, John, who are you going to go with?
Oh God, I really don't even know. I don't know. To be honest with you, it's tough, because there's so many great players, but there's one person that we're talking about who should be in the Hall of Fame, right? Or is a really sneaky candidate.
Yeah, just someone who might be borderline that you think it's in, or someone who's underrated that deserves it.
Honestly, I know this is always controversial, and I know he should be in. It should be Pete Rose. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. He should be in. It's not the Hall of Fame. It's a Hall of Fame, but it's not the Hall of Integrity. He played the game the right way.
I mean, Pete Rose literally said the ballpark is on Pete Rose way, and I'm not allowed in the ballpark. So I'm leave it to the Reds fan, Chris. Who do you got?
Ben.
There you go, Ben. There you go, Ben. Look, it's weird, man. So, and I'll go baseball, which is weird for me, but in this, I'm not biased at all. You know, I'm not biased, but I think that Joseph Votto, where's he at on this side? That's Suarez. Woo! Yeah, thanks, Tyler. I think he's a surefire Hall of Famer, and then everybody outside of the red circle, they're like, "There's no way Votto's a Hall of Famer." So, I think Joey Votto's a Hall of Famer. Also, NFL. Put Zach Thomas in the Hall of Fame. I'm not biased, but put Zach Thomas in the Hall of Fame.
Wait, I was just wondering, are you biased?
I'm not biased.
You're not biased. See, I thought Votto was a for sure. Like, outside of Cincinnati, like, no, I don't know, but he's just, only been consistently hitting like 330. The
his on base percentage is through the roof, man. Like, I miss that Votto now, but.
Tyler, besides you yourself, who belongs in the Hall of Fame? Who's going to join you?
Well, Andrew Jones, Dale Murphy, two of the biggest snubs, in my opinion. I'm not biased. Tim Lincecum is one that comes to mind. And I'm only going to say it, Derrick Rose. And nobody kill me for that. I just had to say it because I'm a Bulls fan, and I really wanted to throw a basketball name in there. So Derrick Rose, he won an MVP. He revitalized the city of Chicago for a little while with basketball, and he's still going on today. So he won't make it, but
quick yes or no, just from everybody, because I thought of it. Julian Edelman retired today. Does he get in? Ben, yes or no? John, Julian Edelman, does he get in?
No.
Chris, Julian Edelman.
Absolutely not. No, he's not all over.
Yeah, Tyler?
He's at the back of the line now.
No? Okay. What if he goes down to Tampa and says, I'm going to pull a Gronk and wins like 3 more Super Bowls? No. Okay. Well, we'll move on then.
Look at the stats. The stats aren't.
No. Reggie Wayne's not in.
But he will be.
Muhammad's not in. He will be. Torrey Holt's not in.
Ward's not in. I mean,
yeah.
Torrey Holt's not in the Hall of Fame?
No.
He will be eventually. But hey, Jamie, Real SPZA, I know he hit you up, Chris. He's coming out in August. Atwater's going in one day. And why can't I think of it? Who's going in the next day? But last year we went in for Champ and Pat Bolin. So he's called Peyton Manning. Yeah, how am I going to forget that? Duh.
I thought it was a joke, man. I thought you were just messing with us. Like, who else is going in? Peyton.
No, I literally just had a brain fart because I've been up since like 4:00 in the morning. So I'm not an investor of baseball cards. I'm a collector. Like my room is. Have you seen Eloy the Goats? Like when he sets up for his auctions, there's just stacks of cards everywhere. Like that's what my table looks like. But on TV, it looks really clean and awesome because it's TV magic. Because I know how to do that. But if you were an investor and you were to buy one player, like if I go on eBay after this show tonight and I'm going to buy one guy and I'm going to sell him in January, who am I buying? Tyler, we're starting with you.
If you're buying right now, I think now's the best time to buy Zion. With football, I think that you should buy Kyler before 5 years from now it's too expensive. And in baseball, Christian Pache. I don't know. Eloy Jimenez. There we go.
Eloy, that's perfect.
Eloy, yeah.
He was my guy that I was scooping up all year, like all off season. Then all of a sudden, yeah. So, all right, Chris. It was an NFL question, but Tyler decided to throw out all the sports. So if you want to go whichever direction you want, he just went up above and beyond and added 3 more points to his tally here. So current scores.
That's whack.
What, 0?
That's whack. I'm sorry. Scott Taylor, invest in him. He plays rugby across the pond. No points for that, Chris. I'm just kidding. No, dude, 100%, man. Like, and I've been great as like prospecting in football, which almost seems like it would be easy to do. And we've had huge wins here with different investments, stuff like that. Man, Daniel Jones is dirt cheap right now. Grab Daniel Jones cards. The team's getting better. Adoree Jackson on the defensive side of the ball. They're doing better on the defensive side of the ball. He gets Kenny Galladay. Are you kidding me? Saquon comes back healthy. 100% Daniel Jones. And he's shown flashes already, man. It's just Daniel Jones. I'm telling everybody, man, go hard and you won't be mad.
John, you said you had 0 points. Your points were underneath your name, where everybody else's points were on top of their name. So that's why it looked that way, just because I'm trying to do this, and I'm not very organized. So my apologies. You definitely had.
Good, man. Don't worry about
you're in third right now, though. But Ben, you're coming up in last because you won last time, so you got your fandemonium. So I'm kind of John. You're invested in one guy. Who you got?
Vlad Jr. Son of Vlad Senior. I mean, the guy just mashes balls. I mean, yeah, he's at first base now, but he's just a power hitter, and he's young. He was what top number? He was top prospect in baseball for a reason. He's still kind of cheap.
All right, Ben, run us out. Unmute yourself. There you go.
Sorry. All right. So baseball, I'll go Harper. I went heavy on Harper last year and got a bunch of them cheap. So full disclosure. I think that move is still there. You pick up about anything you want pretty cheap. Basketball, RJ Barrett. Football, I'll go Stafford, and I'll go A.J. Dillon. I just got a feeling. Plus, he was in a break recently, so I'm rooting for him. There you go.
I'm going to join. I said I don't join stuff, and I end up talking because I like it. But right along what Chris said with Daniel Jones, like Drew Lock. I mean, yeah, I'm a homer on this one, but you're a top 5 defense. You're getting Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick, who absolutely dropped 0 balls last year. You're getting Cortland Sutton back, Albert O, Noah Fant. You're going to have Melvin Gordon, a better offensive line. You're going to have to score more points than Patrick Mahomes. So if Drew Lock can't win with this team, like you're another Paxton Lynch. Like you are set up for success. Like you just got thrown into like a Ben Roethlisberger situation where you have a ton of talent on your team. Don't suck. Like don't suck and you'll do good. I mean, that's how it is, right?
He's not biased.
2 more questions going. We got 37 minutes in. And Ben, I'm gonna lead off with you because you talked about some weird stuff that you might have. What is your favorite piece of memorabilia in your collection? It doesn't have to be sports related. It could be
I need 10 seconds
that you collect. And if you're going to show it, bonus points. I got a feeling he's going to go show it. I might have to show mine now.
So I went down to Evansville, where Mattingly is from, and I got a fake Subway sign signed by Bernie Williams and Don Mattingly. This is hanging on the wall.
Nice.
And they were not signing autographs. I schmoozed their social media guy, let him know I drove 5 hours to see Donnie baseball, and he got him and Bernie to both sign that. So it's my favorite one.
I don't have my stuff here. Everybody's leaving.
I needed the points. I had to go big.
No, Ben's coming to second place now. So John and Chris took off. So Tyler, maybe you got something to show, or you just want to talk about it. You want me to put you on hold because they went to get stuff.
Yeah, but I wanted Chris to come back for it. I feel like he needed to see this. So.
Okay, we'll wait. We can wait. I can sit here and just talk about Peyton Manning and my story, how I got to meet him at the Memorial Tournament.
Give me 5 seconds. It's right here. I'm looking at it.
All right, Chris, you go ahead and wait for Tyler to get back so we can all show our stuff off.
Okay, you want to go ahead? I need more than 10 seconds, Chris, on this one, man. I'm going to take more than 10 seconds. So
you take all the time you want.
Is it me right now?
Yeah.
So it's not the 2 at a time below at home that I just showed. So when I was in like 3rd grade, right? Like my sister had these judo classes across town, and we would always go to this store. It was like a Circuit City, but it also had sports memorabilia. And there was this Dan Marino mini helmet there. I would salivate over that thing every time I went into that place. Dan Marino mini helmet, I loved it. My parents got it for Christmas for me that year, right? So 3rd grader, I'm on top of the world with this thing. As I get older, my roommate in college, he was also a big Dolphins fan. His girlfriend was looking to give him something for his birthday. I was like, you can have this for $100. I sold it to him, right? So I didn't care about it enough anymore. I was stupid, essentially, right? And then this dude, and he's one of my best friends in high school as well. But at my wedding present from him was I pull out of this bag, man. And he knew how much it killed me because my parents got me that, man. I loved it. And he knew how much that killed me. And so I pulled that out wedding day, and it's this Dan Marino mini helmet, man. So it's this Dan Marino mini helmet. It's my favorite. I love it. Thanks for the time.
So just so I got this right, your gift that you gave away, your buddy gave back to you as a wedding gift.
Yes. And I'm so thankful that he did. It's kind of a dirtbag move, right? Like,
I kind of
on his part, I should rethink my friends, but no, it was awesome. I'm just kidding. It was awesome.
I kind of might start crying. I'm gonna get a little choked up. That's beautiful. All right, Tyler, go ahead and show us off your whatever you went to get. You're on mute.
Cool. My bad. Showing off 2 items. First, if you guys, I don't know if you guys watched me open that box of Upper Deck Monumental. It was rough. But right at the very end of the video, this came in the mail. Like, it legit came in the mail the second the unboxing was done. Macho Man Randy Savage, autograph 8x10. Ashley got it for me for my birthday. So it was like, yeah, it was like my saving grace. It was redeeming. And I had to do this because Chris is live. My favorite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my favorite piece, gifted to me by the Buck City Breaks fam. Just one of those times you don't know what to do with your hands or anything like that. So those.
I don't really know.
Yeah, those are my 2 things, my 2 favorite pieces of memorabilia. Awesome, both gifted to me. Again, the hobby's great.
John, show it off.
Well, I'm a Jets fan, and I can't take it off the wall. I do a picture of it though. It's a signed Super Bowl III poster. So
that's dope.
That's sweet.
We beat all those guys. I found them on eBay. It was like $250.
Super Bowl III.
Snagged it right away. So it's one of those things.
I've got a bunch of stuff I'm going to share. John Elway Hall of Fame bobblehead autographed. My wife and I were out in Denver at Elway's restaurant, just talking to, the manager comes over. Hey, how's your night going? Yada, yada, yada. We tell him we flew in from Ohio, big Broncos fan, just here for the weekend, just got married, baby on the way, all this stuff. And he's like, okay, we got a gift for you. He's like, they have like 30 of these in the back. Comes back out. He's like, this is a personal gift from Elway's restaurant. It's the Hall of Fame 2004 John Elway bobblehead that he himself autographed. And, I got a bunch of memorabilia sitting here around, but I don't know if there's a more meaningful one than this. So that's just awesome. We're 43 minutes in. We're going to wrap it up with one more question, declare a winner. Then if you guys can hang around for the encore, just chit chat and hang out, whatever. If you got to roll, you got to roll. I know I got to go soon. Claire's bedtime is coming up, but we did talk about, if we could see one guy get into the Hall of Fame, but what one player across any sport would you want to see get a ring? Hoist that championship. When I saw Elway hold that up and Pat said this one's for John, I cried like a little girl, man. Like, it was awesome. Who's one person? Chris, I see you smiling. You're all excited. Why don't you lead us off?
Man, I really wish, to the core of my being, that Dan Marino could come out of retirement and win a Super Bowl ring, man. Like, that's – anytime I hear about anything about a ring, a wedding ring, a graduation ring, anything, I think about Dan Marino, and it hurts my heart. But I would say, man, like, let's go back to the Kyler conversation, dude. Anybody on the Arizona Cardinals right now? You have J.J. Watt. I would love to see J.J. Watt get a ring. I would love to see A.J. Green get a ring. DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, all those cats, man. Like, 2 Arizona Cardinals championship. Sorry, Tyler and Ben.
All right, Ben, go ahead.
First off, I'll say Trout, just because he's such a great player and, for a long time been the most popular player, face of the league and everything else. And I think so many people are holding that against him unfairly. Baseball's, a 9-man sport on the field. And honorable mention to Stafford, got his ass beat for years, played on garbage teams. I'd love to see him walk out with one. I've seen the videos of him almost handicapped, crippled, and still on the field trying to get back in the game and stuff. So those are my 2. I cheated and took 2.
You can take as many as you want, man. All right, John, why don't you go ahead?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Patrick Ewing did not win a championship. Best Nick of all time. And it's heartbreaking that he didn't win. I love him. I think he was the greatest Nick to play, and he didn't win. It's a disappointment to New York, pretty much. Big slap in the face.
And Tyler, round us out. See if you can take home that victory.
I'm going with Chris Paul. The league blocked the trade to the Lakers. That would have made it like a guaranteed NBA championship. What he's done in the latter part of his career, helping the Thunder, helping the Suns become the second best team in the West this year. In his mid to late 30s, to never have gotten that ring, it's troubling because he's one of the greatest point guards of all time. So I'll go Chris Paul, and yeah, I'll go Chris Paul. I think I'll stick with that. I feel comfortable with my lead. So
I just want to read through some of the comments right now. Someone had Joey Votto, Tony Romo, Larry Fitz, K. Metcalf. Get out of here with that. Jason Witten, Baker, Patrick Ewing, like you said, Freddie Freeman, AP, Adrian Peterson, Griffey, Reggie Miller. Mahomes needs another ring. No, he doesn't. But to declare a winner, it came down to the simple fact of Chris's wedding story and the Arizona Cardinals rings for the win. The wedding story got me all kinds of choked up. It got you like 11 points. And the victory here on Cooler Than a Polar Bear's Toenail. So, Chris, you got a minute of unsolicited, unedited, whatever. Go.
Listen here, brother. No, the last time we did this, I had this whole thing lined up because I thought I was going to win. We didn't have a winner or anything like that. So I'm just going to take you guys around the shop real quick. We're going to touch some in here. We're going to say, what's up? I want to let everybody know that Marcus Hoover, make sure Marcus is watching this. Marcus, you're a lifesaver, and I love you, man. You're the best. So we're going to walk around the BCB break studio here. And I love everybody here so much, man. Tyler, you're an MVP. John, you're an MVP. Ben, you're the best in the business, man. I'm so happy. I want to take all minute of this and say that, Ben, I am so happy that you are finally going full time with this man because you've deserved this for the longest effing time, dude. And you are a effing rock star. I'm sorry for cursing almost, but here we go. We're gonna do circles around here. I don't know what to do anymore. Shout out to Claire, right? Claire and Jesse Winker. I think that does Jesse Winker have any kids, Chris? Could they get married maybe down the road? I don't know. Who knows, right? I'm playing matchmaker now. We're here in the break studio. Oh, what's up? I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm kind of windy because I'm fat and I'm walking around this place. If I walk, I get out of breath. So I just want to thank you so much for this award. It means so much to me. This is my office real quick, right? We'll just show we have all this cool stuff over here, right? Much, baby, we did it. We won all around the hobby, and that's it. Thank you, guys. I don't know what to say.
Awesome. Well, I just want to thank Chris, Ben, Tyler, and John so much for being on the show tonight. I'm going to go ahead and play the outro video if you guys want to stick around. We started doing like a little encore thing where we just chit chat and shoot the shit and try to, interact with the comments a little more. If you want to bring up a different device, if you got to go, just, peace out, whatever. But it's been a kind of a popular thing. We actually get more viewers somehow doing it. So thank you guys so much for being on. If you're watching this now, thank you for watching. You're watching later. You're 50 minutes into watching five guys talk about sports and cards. So that's just absolutely awesome. So thank you so much. And we'll be back. All right, well, that's done, but we're still live. Chris, you still taking us on a tour over there?
Kind of. I just walk around. You should see our bathroom. It's huge.
Well, if you guys are like 25 minutes away, whenever the invitation comes in the mail, I'll be over there. So
more, man. You come over whenever you want, Chris.
I know. I'm just busting with you guys.
You out?
Ben, you're not too far away, right?
It's about 3 hours. I haven't been to Columbus in a long time, but I could go for some Donatos.
Hey, my wife works Donato's corporate. We get 50% off. It's a blessing and a curse. It's like, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? I don't know. Okay, let's just get some Donatos because it's like 3 minutes away from my house. And it's right next to the LCS, which is also 3 minutes away from my house. Well, Columbus has two. You guys probably know Card Collector 2, Ryan. Everybody knows him. And then we've got Triple Play. Chris would know about them because he lives, here in Columbus. But that's what we got here. Anybody gonna say anything? No.
I'm sorry, guys. Hoover is taking off. Say bye, Hoover.
Bye, Hoover.
Bye, Hoover.
Oh, I sound so sexy. Bye, Hoover.
So, hey, Chris, did you get a message from Minuteman Scott today?
I have a message with people I need to send gift cards to. Is that what you're referring to?
Me. I wanted to get into the National Treasures and the Select.
Oh, yeah. I sent yours to somebody else.
Well, whatever.
So I sent you a non-Michigan fan.
Well, I'm a non-Michigan fan too, so
or non-Irish fan. Sorry.
I did travel up to Ann Arbor for that rain-soaking ass kicking a couple of years ago when it just poured down rain the entire time. They lost by like 40. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I'll get this out, man. I'll do it right when you get off here.
Yeah, I don't mean to like rush you or anything. I was just trying to get that break before the Broncos were gone. So
on the Broncos side, they were like the last team to go, dude. They're not that good.
No, but I do like to collect Jerry Judy, so hopefully I'll get something good out of there.
How about, have you guys seen Barbell Breaks? Brian and Bobby doing their thing? That's exciting, man. I bought the Chargers, and they're 2 8-box mixers. I'm excited about that. So let's all pop in there on Saturday together and get excited and go Chargers.
I'm unfamiliar, Chris. Tell us about that.
Barbell Break. So the hobby royalty, right? You got Pocket Cards 87 and 50 Cheddar Bob, two awesome cats, man. We've met them in person. We've collabed with them in the past, and they're doing their breakers now. They're doing their thing on the breaking scale, and gonna be happier for them, man. And so this Saturday, barbellbreaks.com. Check them out. I feel like I should be wearing a Barbell Break shirt at the Barbell Break studio, but no, man, I'm excited. So go sell those breaks out so I can see my how many charges I hit in those 8-box mixers.
Awesome. When we jump off here, I'll put the kid to bed and go jump in on a Broncos break. Awesome.
Thank you.
So Ben, you gonna make it out to South Bend this year for a game? We gonna plan on meeting up and tailgating a little bit?
I'm there. Let me know what game. I went to school with somebody that went to Notre Dame, and I've got access to some stuff. So let me know. Let's go. I'm dying to get out of the house, man.
We took the kids. Well, not last year because they didn't have. You had to be like special, but the year before, because Toledo, where I went to college, played them, and I'm like, hey, you know what? A good game to take a 3-year-old and an infant to is a blowout. So that was a lot of fun. I had to go with my dad, every single year. My dad's a huge Irish guy, and we usually get, hotel, make a weekend out of it. And this is the first year since I've been an adult that I've got weekends off, so I can make it to pretty much every single one. So I'm stoked to get to almost all of them. So
yeah, let's set it up. I took my wife to her first game a couple years ago, and it was when they destroyed UMass. I called it the UMassacre. And there was probably, 6 couples that all went together, and we tailgated and did the whole thing. And about halfway through, her and I were the only ones sitting there. Everybody else went to the bar across the street to drink, and we were watching the game. So, yeah, I'm down, man. Let's go. I want to go everywhere this year.
If you know Liddy Cards, Tyler, he's a huge Irish guy too. That's actually how him and I became friends. It was right after the Clemson game. He's like, man, I've been wearing the same pair of shoes the entire season. Like, shit, man, me too. I got on my green Jordan 1s. So every time before the game, we had to send each other a picture of our shoes, which is like our weird, like little tradition. But then they kept winning until, they ran into the playoff. But then that's how Tyler and I became like good friends. We text message like every day now. Tyler Liddy, he lives over in Dayton, so he's not too far away either.
There's a request in the chat. I just show you guys this real quick. So our bathroom, I guess, is kind of cool because it has the most fat heads in the world in a bathroom. So just we have. It's a huge bathroom. It's so big, man. I wish we could make an office out of this, right? But like, there's Walter down there. There's Daniel Constantine Jr. over there.
It's convenient because the bear stuff could double as toilet paper if you run low.
Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You get me. You get it.
He's
Oh,
just
jeez.
so Tyler, man. I saw you guys. You guys won that box from Card Collector 2. I got a little story behind that. Do you mind sharing that story?
Yeah. So, well, Mr. K-Dub, like generosity times a billion. Yeah. I try to stay out for Twitter giveaways. I'll try to quote tweet them and, say something like, hey, jump in, like the guy's giving stuff away, needs help. But yeah, he just like, hey, Ashley needs something to open up in the delivery room. I'm going to end up buying her some boxes too, because we know that they go through a lot during that process. And so Ryan at Card Collector 02, K-Dub, they worked together and she got that blaster box of Donruss basketball. So yeah, she was thrilled about it. And it's gonna take everything that in her power to not open it before the baby comes. So very cool thing.
Yeah, I thought it was a good story because I know K-Dub says they always get a blaster like on the way home from the hospital or something. But last time they had to get one like before. But Che, ENS Sports Cards, and we do a every other Monday show. At the end, we always end it with best thing we saw on Twitter this week. And that was my answer. Was the best thing I saw on Twitter was him giving that to you and the reason behind it. And I just thought it was awesome. And so that's why I wanted you to share because that was my kind of story behind it.
Oh yeah, for sure. The generosity in the hobby is unmatched. It's ridiculous how awesome people are to other people. So yeah, and I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of the people that have done things for me or that I've been able to do things for, and can't wait to meet more. Speaking of, because you Midwestern and Northeastern guys, I will be in Marion, Indiana, December 18th, 2021. This year, December 18th. I'll be in Marion, Indiana. I will be graduating from Indiana Wesleyan University with my degree in business management. So
cool, congrats. That's about an hour from me.
Tyler,
stuff, man.
I will drive wherever I have to meet as many people as I have to while I'm up there. So
I think we might just all show up for you that day.
There's a White Castle too, so I don't have those here.
Yeah.
So John, we're obviously old enough to be your dad. How do you feel as a younger collector? Do you feel any different, or just the people treat you differently? They know you're younger.
I think younger kids get a little bit of a bad rap. Sometimes they don't know what they're doing. I've seen some kids try to sell stuff. They're higher priced. Try to give them help. But otherwise, really, no. I mean, kids should be able to do what we all do. I do think though that the hobby's a little high priced right now. Panini and Topps. That's what people are buying it at, and people keep buying it. It won't go down. But otherwise, I think we're doing pretty good.
John, you have young dudes in this hobby a good rap, man. Like you should be the poster boy for young dude. Like you're awesome in this hobby, man. We appreciate you. All of us.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, definitely you and Dylan D. Moose are two that like give. I mean,
dude,
he started his own
unreal, man,
auctions, and he comes on this show all the time. And his dad's, the Ricky Henderson super collector. But you two guys are just like, you wouldn't even know that you're talking to a younger person to be just like, hey, I'm having a conversation with Ben in DMs. I'm just having the same one with you, John, that I had with him earlier, or Tyler or whatever. It's just absolutely zero difference, maybe a little different verbiage because I'm not, hip with the young lingo, and I'm not going ham on Dogecoin, but
to the moon.
Dude, Dylan should be in the Around the Hobby Hall of Fame, man. Like the episode that I saw with him on there, man, he was schooling everybody, smoked it, man. Like that dude's awesome.
Yeah, he won the one, and the second one he came in second place, and he was ticked about it too. He's like, "No, I won. You need to recheck your scores." I'm like, just relax over there, buddy. But he definitely brings out the statistics on people. He knows what batting average Mike Moustakas had in April of 2017, how many stolen bases he had. Like, I mean, for being a Mike Moustakas, he is a super collector. So
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
He's passionate. That's what it is.
And Ben, we're coming up on a big milestone in the Discord selling group, right? Coming up on that 100,000.
100 grand. We're 7 weeks in, and I think we've sold $93,000 worth of stuff outside of eBay. No eBay fees, no scams, no drama, no eBay fiascos, and 60 trusted sellers, 1,500 members, and that 100 grand is gonna be a big deal. That's money kept in the hobby's pockets and not going to giant corporations like eBay and PayPal that couldn't care less about you. So
That's
I
awesome.
do have one question, if you don't mind me asking, that I asked Mike when he was on here, because there was something, I have a shop. I've sold, I don't know, 100 or not 100, but like $1,000 or so. Was there a point where it gets too big, where you have to cut people off, where then it becomes more of, just another Saturday sales thread? Like, do you want to keep it at 60? Do you want to keep growing it? Or does it depend on how many members you have as, buyers? Or what's your goal as far as like the sellers go? Like, are you going to I thought I had the idea when I was talking to him, you have 40 for 3 months, and you get like another 40. So you kind of keep things fresh. There's also been some chatter in there of, like, hey, the sales are kind of going down, and what's happening, and how can we make things better? What kind of promotions can we do? So, I mean, if you don't mind, chatting a little bit about that, I had some.
Yeah, so I guess for me, we'll take as many sellers as we can get, but there's just there's a litmus test there that we want to know who they are. Have they engaged in the group? Do I know how to that vouch 100%? That's not easy to do for me. So I want to make sure it's somebody I've got a relationship with and an engagement, and I know them. I know who they are, and that's not something I take lightly, where we just hand it out to people. So a lot of times it's a gut feeling, that little inner circle we've got. We'll throw a name out there. Yeah. Let them in. And that's how all those people got there. I think it's just been a quiet month. And remember, we've been all cooped up for a year. And I think as soon as they get nice out, people put their phones down. And a lot of times their spouses probably forced them to go outside and do something. So I think the dip was just natural as the hype kind of dropped off a little bit. But I think it'll be natural where we've got a couple guys now that they've sold everything they wanted to sell, and maybe they shut down and we bring somebody else new in. But really, that trust and that hobby recognition, and I brought in people from the outside that I knew were just great sellers, on Twitter and whatnot. That we brought them in, or at least offered it to them. So it's if we know you and you know us, and it's a good fit, anybody can do it. So.
I've had a couple people ask me, like, hey, how'd you get your store? How did this happen? Like, I don't know. I talked to Ben. I'm a good human being. I don't, screw people over. You got to get out the reputation. Hey, can you talk to Ben for me? Like, no, like, I'm not putting my name on his stuff. Like,
yeah, I'll be honest. I've hurt some people's feelings because, dude, I don't know you. I mean, how many people are you willing to vouch your brand and your reputation on 100%? I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
You have to
60's
build
a
that
lot.
bridge. I say that all the time. You've got to build that bridge, and it's not something you do overnight. Hey, I've got feedback on eBay and blah blah blah. Dude, I don't know you. And once you get that relationship, and it's, for Chris too, he knows this too. So everybody in your group, in your circle, your clique, your group, everything else, your Discord, they were all brand new people at one time. And I think people want to cut corners and eliminate that. They know who they are, but we don't know. And they've got to take those steps and engage, be involved in racks, and just, that guy on Twitter that's got 15 followers and his account, is 3 weeks old. That's going to be tough to do. And there's people that can't accept that. And it's a harsh reality. But the positive side is the ton of money we're saving people. And, it's great. And why not keep that money in your pocket? Nice.
I mean,
Nice.
I could tell you, I don't like if I had what you did, I don't think I have 60 people that I would, vouch for and put my name next to them. Like
How many
maybe
people do you know in real life you wouldn't do that for? Let alone doing, people that you've never actually met.
It's crazy though. There are people that I've never met on Twitter that I would absolutely vouch for
Okay.
better than like a lot of friends that I have in real life. Like people I've never met before, but I talk to almost every single day compared to, you got your best friends and life happens where you see each other every once in a while, or guys you go to the bar with, or they're on your softball team. But then, the hobby people, everybody's on Twitter every single day interacting with people. There's literally people that I've never met before that I would trust more than people I've known for 20 years. And that's kind of weird, right?
Yeah. The crazy thing with the Twitter hobby too is the guys that are doing it right aren't as loud as the guys that are kind of out there. And there's some really good guys out there, and just their demeanor and their personality, they're not out there flexing and doing all kinds of crazy things to trying to get attention. They're just doing their thing behind the scenes and acting like they've been there before. And you got to kind of draw them out a little bit. And, hey, dude, you're awesome. Take some recognition. And some of those guys aren't comfortable doing that, I don't think.
Yeah, we talked with like Che ENS Sports Cards, and he had a whole blog writing about, he started getting a whole bunch of racks and stuff sent to him, and he's like, I don't know how to accept this. I don't know how to say, like thank you. Like what did I do to deserve people sending me things? And he said it was like this whole process that he had to literally write down and write a blog about is, okay, you guys like me. What do you even like about me? Like, what's so great about my Twitter that you want to send me a bunch of Eric Davis or Rod Carew cards and stuff like that? And so, like you said, it's the people in the background that don't want the recognition, or like sometimes you don't even know how to take it. Like Tyler, you were talking about, I don't really know what to do with my hands. When you got that, like, my buddies in my group racked me Jerry Judy, Drew Lock, dual auto, 1 of 1, and I'm just like, I'm in tears. Like when it happened, like what do you like? How do you even thank somebody for that? Like thank you isn't enough. But I mean, obviously, like if you did that for me, and I'm like, Tyler, thank you so much. My gratitude. You're cool, but like on my end, like I can never repay that, and that's okay. But it's kind of hard to accept.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think I can speak for everybody in here, and I don't like to do that. But one of the things when you give, like I always say, the gift is the receipt. Like, so when I give, that's my receipt. Like, I don't need a thank you. I don't need a shout out on Twitter. I don't need any of that. Like, my receipt is that I got to do something for you. And it's all about building relationships. And such a cool Dan Marino card. Like,
who gave me that? I don't know.
What? I don't know. Don't know that guy, but just the receipt. Like I've built so many relationships off of giving. Like last night, I kind of quote tweeted in jest where I sent T-Cove that Aaron Rodgers 1 of 1 auto. T-Cove was going through such a horrible time. He's dealing with cancer and everything. And I just wrote him this long note, and that note meant more to me than the card that I gave him. But I knew that forever. Like he would always remember that. And I just said in jest, like, this is how I move, or whatever. I don't know. There was like a whole fuss about a guy, stacking up retail. I didn't do it for attention, but it was just one of those things where it's like, yo, just be good to people. Like, just be good to people. Develop relationships. I haven't, Chris. When's the last time I've gotten into a break with you guys? I still consider you guys like my guys, and it's it's not because it's not for anything. It's just But you guys are my guys. I haven't broken with Ben in over a year and a half or so, but he's just that relationship isn't tainted because I'm not spending money, and it's because we developed a relationship before there was a transaction, or before finances passed between us, or before cards passed between us. And that kind of stuff matters. Like Chris, you and I's first conversation was about, like, you were in a place, and we talked about things, and
Oh man.
so like that stuff matters more than anything to me. And I agree, Dylan. I agree. But yeah, soapbox soap opera. I always feel like I always talk about giving every single episode I go on. I'm going to shout out Cardboard real quick, the Cardboard YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys have checked this out or not yet. Super awesome. Like, how I'm a part of that, I don't understand, but Cardboard. And it was just another thing. It was like, give, man. Like how we give and what we do. At Kentucky Cards and I have something coming up pretty soon that I'm super excited about. We're gonna have a one-on-one video, and it's just solely focused on giving and racking and why we do what we do. And I think all four of you guys will be able to, resonate with that. That's it. I'm rambling. I just watched Everybody Loves Raymond, and he just kept talking and talking and talking.
Tyler, man, hey, I forgot about the conversation, dude. I not forgot about it, but haven't thought about it in a while, man. And like, I remember that now. We should do something like that, dude, soon. Like, I really forgot about that until you just said something. But and then also, for those who don't know, I keep holding this Dan Marino card, this Dan Marino hand signed card, which from these. I was going through my box, man. I looked through every card in my PC box, I call it, right? Like all my PC cards in here. And I was an idiot because this is like on my desk, like right front and center. And I was like, so sorry, I couldn't find that. But yeah, man, you're awesome. Everybody's awesome.
I just got to break in real quick, as earlier I just made a joke about Dogecoin. You were like, to the moon. I have 8 text messages from my brother, and one says 8 cents, 9 cents, 10 cents, 11 cents. He goes, bro, it's at 12 cents. Like, I just tripled my money in this conversation. So I'm just like, why is my phone just blowing up over here? Like, that is awesome.
Dinner's on Chris tonight. Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey Tyler, you're talking about giving away, and I know a lot of you guys are in with the Rippin' for the Cure, and I'm gonna get with Rippin' Gypsy, and we had Carolina Card Exchange on our show last night. I'm gonna buy somebody a shadow box from them and have Rippin' Gypsy raffle it off for money for Rippin' for the Cure, and I'm pretty sure you guys are sponsors for them too. I can't remember everybody who is because it's impossible, but Eric has raised $17,000 for Crohn's and colitis. Like it's ridiculous the amount of goodwill that people are willing to do. Or Jimmy Guns is doing an auction. I sent him a slab to auction off to go for it. Eloy's given 10% of his auctions to the Fellowship for Christian Athletes, 10% for Rippin' for the Cure. And it's just like you guys have all said, it's the giving back. And Tyler, I get it so many times where it's, in the DMs, hey man, did you get my card? Like, yeah, I did. Thanks. He's like, hey, you mind giving me a shout out? I'm like, seriously, man? Like I get home at 11:30 at night from work sometimes, and I got to be up at 6:30. So I open my mail and I put it aside. So I started making Wednesday night mail days, like Eloy does. Here's all my mail from the week. Thank you, everybody. Because when people start getting in your DMs, hey man, you mind giving me a shout out? I need some vouchers. I need this. I need that. It's like Ben was talking about. The people who don't need vouchers, those are the people you want in your store. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, hey man, I need a vouch thread. I need a vouch thread. Like the day I put up a vouch thread, somebody come take my Twitter away and be like, well, you got to go back to personal Twitter. You don't get gold line anymore. So, I mean, it's just, you make your reputation by doing good, by being good, by, Ben, you and I have disagreed on a number of things in the hobby, but we have conversations like adults and you move on because we don't have to agree on everything. That's, we're two different people. And, you're sitting here on my show for the second time. We chit chat about the Irish. There's no ill will anywhere, but we've had conversations where we've disagreed about stuff. And then you know what? You do a lot of good things. I like to think I do good things. All you guys do. And it's just, you build relationships and you don't burn the bridges. Like it's not hard to be a good person. Please mute.
Unmute yourself, Ben.
Hey, people don't realize that. I mean, if you found something about everybody you met that you didn't like or didn't agree with, you'd really have nobody. You've got to be an adult about it and be realistic and focus on the positive stuff. Obviously, if somebody's got something crazy or they do something, ridiculous. But yeah, we can agree to disagree. And yeah, I have a great time on the show, and you're a good dude. So all that other stuff just doesn't matter. It's there's so much negativity on Twitter. I hate it, but we've just got to be more positive than negative and drown it out, unmute it or mute it, block it, whatever. So
Well, I've got 4 minutes left till bedtime, and I don't think John's spoken in like 18 minutes. You got anything you want to talk about over there, John?
Just kind of what the hobby's about. Family. The hobby's one big happy family, and you got to treat with everyone with respect. You can get in disagreements, you can argue with each other, you can butt heads, but that's what being a family is. And you gotta be yourself. Like I'm on Twitter, I'm myself. I talk about the Jets, talk about the Yankees, talk about the Knicks, talk about my family. It's a place where you can find comfort, and I'm just really happy to be in it.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of family, being a younger collector, like, does your family collect?
My dad does, yeah. My dad got me into it. So when he was a kid, he collected, and then he passed it down to me, and then inspired me to collect.
That's awesome. I got these 1960s Pirates cards right here.
Nice.
My dad collected 1960s Pirates. Just had Eric Hecker on the Monday show talking about it, and he sees this video my dad just made on a whim one day, and all of a sudden all these 1960s Pirates just start showing up in my house. Like, you want to talk about generosity and stuff? Like, my dad's not on Twitter. He doesn't know what, cards are. He collects stuff, but he collects 1960s Pirates, and all of a sudden a bunch of them just show up at his house because I told people he liked them. Like that. That's awesome. And, my wife collects, my daughter collects. Cooper's got his Cooper Cup rainbow going, but he's only 2. I mean, he likes playing with cards and base cards and stuff, but he's gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. Like
How
it's
cool
a
was
blessing
that, Chris? How cool was the Cooper Cup shout out, man, to Cooper?
Yeah.
Dude,
that was so sweet, dude.
did you see
2
Jerry
shout-outs.
Judy too?
Yeah.
That was so sick.
So I think that Cooper Cup said it, and then he retweeted like genuine, not just a happy birthday. It was like, oh, you've got a sweet collection. Thanks for the support. It was
Cooper
like
Squad or whatever, like
thought out message that he retweeted. And so then Jerry Judy saw it. He's like, oh, Cooper Cup's doing this. So then Jerry Judy said it too. So like when Winker sent it to Claire, my buddy Nick Lucchese, he printed out the tweet of actually Tucker Barnhart, because he did too, and got it framed, matted with a Tucker Barnhart autograph card in there and got it for him. So I'm going to do the same for Cooper. Get that tweet framed and matted with Cooper Cup, get an autograph in there and hang it in his room. Because, we were sitting at the lunch table just having it. My phone started just blowing up. It's like, oh my God, did everybody see the Cooper Cup? I'm like, holy crap, look at this. This is awesome. Like,
man, Chris, hey, talk about Tucker Barnhart. Can we talk about the Reds real quick? Just you and I. I'm kidding. Everybody can talk about this, but
I'm not biased or anything.
I'm not biased. All right, you know what I mean. But man, I was so excited for Tyler Stevenson to really like take it over this year. Even though Tucker's an elite catcher, right? And Tyler had a better bat, and then as soon as I knocked Tucker's bat this year, man, he started hitting like 455 or whatever. It was just going bonkers. Tucker's been a phenomenal catcher and hitter this year.
He's a Gold Glove catcher.
Can I get one more thing? 2 times Gold Glove catcher, correct? 2. John, hey, for real, man. I know. I don't care who you're a fan of, man. I know Michigan's a better school than Ohio State. But if you come down here, we will pay for your school, and you get intern with us, dude. I don't want to throw that out there. Whatever. We'll pay for your college right now. Give a scholarship to Ohio State if you get it and they're accepted, whatever. So, heads up. Take it, man. Just do it.
You got to say, yeah.
Come down
just
right
do it.
now.
All right.
Fine.
Woo!
Hold that, John. We'll figure out the details. Get down here.
I appreciate
Awesome.
it, man. I appreciate
That's
it.
so cool.
You're John. I thought, man, I had no idea that you were a junior in high school when you were buying into our breaks and hanging out with us in the chat. Stuff like that, man. You were so mature. I was like, this is some 40-year-old dude hanging out with us. Whatever. I'm 40-year-old old dude, but heck yeah, man. Like you have a super bright future. Good head on your shoulders. Proud of you for what it's worth. Like you're awesome.
Thanks, man.
I
I
like
appreciate
that.
it.
I mean, Chris just with the mic drop. So that's how we got to end it, because I got to get Claire to bed. But that is just the best thing I can't even. Obviously,
I was just
can't
going to
talk
ask them
right
to let
now,
me
so.
pick a person for the random case break when they hit.
Tyler, we'll pay for your school too, man. Get up here.
I'm done. I'm done with school. I just want to just let me pick somebody for this random case break. I've been campaigning for like 3 years now.
I just want to tell you right now, right here on Around the Hobby. No, of course you can, man. We'll give it to you. Go for it.
There's my bachelor's degree.
Tyler, hey, let's see what you're made of, Tyler. We have like 700 followers left. Like, boom.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
No, like 70 followers. Like, get them. Like, bring them on over, man. We'll make it happen.
Hey guys, here's $80,000 worth of paper right here.
Whew.
I don't know if 80 is the right number, but that's
Is that how much college costs, John? We retract our offer. I'm kidding, man. No, we'll do it. Whatever, dude. Come. You'd be such a great addition, dude. You'd be annoyed by us after a couple of weeks. We'll just pay for you.
That's so cool.
All right, fellas. Well, that is just amazing. John, you got anything to say before we jump off?
I got nothing.
Say the Ohio State. You know the rest.
The Ohio State.
Woo! There you go, John.
Nice.
I even did an OHIO. But hey, guys, I got to get Claire to bed, so I am going to go ahead and end this. We are 121, 1 hour and 21 minutes into this. We still got 17 viewers. Like, what? People are still watching us just chit chat, and that's awesome. So I had so much fun. Thank you guys again so much, Chris, Ben, Tyler, and John for being on tonight. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys.
He kisses the screen.